Welcome back to the Spiritual Psychologist. I'm your host, Dr. Radhika Marsh, retreat host, educator, trainer, mentor to incredible women who are desiring to step into deeper expansion and healing. Welcome to this episode. Today we are diving into such a potent conversation about identity shifts. And when I talk about identity, I am not talking about the identity of past trauma, emotional wounds. I'm not talking about the identity of the old stories that you carry about yourself and your capacity. I am talking about the identity of the part of you that desires to be remembered. Not the survival part of you, but the part of you that actually exists, that is so much more powerful and potent than you think. This episode is all about the woman that you are becoming. I am going to share a little story with you. I have been in a little bit of a clothing upgrade. You can see my beautiful necklace here, my nice fitted top, new joggers, this whole shift in subtly how I'm dressing and just wanting to sell stuff in my wardrobe, wanting to minimalize it, wanting to get key pieces that feel really good on my body and get rid of, scrap the rest. And it might seem like this shallow task actually, but it is so much deeper, so much bigger, so much juicier than that. This is about an identity that I already hold, but that hasn't yet manifested until now into its physical form. And it might not even be something that other people notice. It might just be something that I notice for myself. This is the identity evolution, because in the stripping of my wardrobe, in the selling of those clothes or giving them away to charity or whatever it might be, and in purchasing new items that feel really good on my body, whether it's new or secondhand, there is something about who I am claiming to be, the identity that fits the vibration, the energy of who I am, the woman that I am today. The other day, I ran an event which you can purchase. It's called Fear to Visibility. And it was such a potent transmission. It was guiding you through how it is that you can meet fear in your body and step into deeper visibility so that you're not stopping yourself in your tracks. And in the Fear to Visibility, I was talking about the upgrade in my wardrobe and how much it brought up for me. I saw this pair of Chanel sunglasses. Chanel sunglasses are not something that I would buy. I'm not really a designer person. I just haven't really been interested in it. But in bringing together this capsule wardrobe, which is so awesome and I'm so excited about, I was feeling like I need to accessorize here. There need to be some pieces, some strong pieces that bring the outfit together, like this necklace. And the Chanel glasses just came into my field, into my vision, and I saw them and I was like, ooh, these are cool. This would go so well with all my outfits. And it also brought up so much, these Chanel sunglasses. It brought up all of these fears about what people would think, what people from my old life would think, from years ago, from 20 plus years ago. People who don't see money as important, people who downplay the importance of money. What would they think of me? Would they think I'm greedy? What would my husband think? Would he think that I'm overspending? So all of these fears came up. All these fears about, am I selling out here? Am I going to the dark side, right? This is all around a pair of sunglasses. It is not actually about the sunglasses. It is about what it is that I am claiming for myself without guilt. giving myself full permission to be in that expression of what feels good for me in this cycle phase in my life, right? And it is giving myself permission to be in joy, to be in reward, to be in luxuriating. And so this is the invitation. It's not necessarily about the Chanel sunglasses. It's not about the external thing. It's about the permission that you are giving yourself in your evolving identity, giving yourself that permission to be in that joyous expression, giving yourself permission to evolve into something different, even if it feels unfamiliar, even if other people don't get it. And so this is identity work that I am talking about here. Do I just put aside the Chanel sunglasses because I fear the judgment? Or do I own the woman that I am becoming, who gets to be all of it? I get to be an incredible, potent space holder, and I get to own the Chanel sunglasses, which are on their way this minute. This isn't about the Chanel sunglasses. This is about the woman who expresses her truth, that embodies her vibe, right? It's about the woman that I am becoming, who holds the most incredible retreats, that is an entrepreneur, that runs a successful business, the woman who creates transformational, powerful spaces. So my question to you from this episode is, who is it that you are becoming? Where is it that you are going into contraction because you're not giving yourself permission? You're not giving yourself the permission because of that fear of rejection, abandonment, all of those wounds that can come up as a result of our past experiences and from being human. Where is it that you have this strong desire coming through, but you are squashing it because you're holding on to a past identity rather than allowing the new identity to move through you, to flow through you? What is it that you can do today to start creating the shift? It can be as simple as tidying your study table. It could be clearing out your wardrobe. It could be saying yes to something that you feel really called to, but that your logical mind is saying, oh, I don't know, I shouldn't do that. Society says I shouldn't do it, blah, 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 blah. What is it that you are going to create the shift with? Because this is where we start then seeing these bigger identity shifts, these bigger external shifts that then happen. Because we are claiming that identity, we are feeling what that is like in our body, we are walking in that empowered, beautiful, authentic way, in our truth, in our expression, in full permission of our desires. And this goes deeper into our nervous system. The way that we speak, the way that we hold ourselves, what we go after and claim in our life is not just a mindset thing, it is a nervous system thing. And this is where we get to really play with our nervous system. Our nervous system doesn't need to be regulated all the time. In fact, it needs to expand. It needs to learn to sit with a new way of doing things, a new stretch, a new edge. How is it that you can invite that in? So we can do this by bringing in incremental steps, right? We don't have to make massive moves, although sometimes the big moves are exactly what we need. But it's about how we are showing up on a day-to-day basis. If, for example, you are super tight with your money and you don't want to let it go, you don't want to release control of it, how can you start teaching your body, your nervous system, that actually it's safe to do that? It might be that you decide that every day or every week you are going to practice spending. That becomes then not this unfamiliar fear, but this familiar, safe thing to do within your body. So we're just going to go into a very short practice where we are going to just tap into this identity that you are evolving into. So just closing your eyes down, placing your hand on your heart, on your womb space or that area, sinking in to both of these spaces. So just connecting with your womb space, your heart, and I want you to connect with the wild woman in you. The version of you that says yes to her soul desires, even if it feels risky. How does this unapologetic version of you talk? How does she hold herself in different spaces? How does she move? What does she wear? Can you visualize her? How does she breathe? Can you feel the energy of her presence, her unapologetic boldness? And how is this version of you showing up today? Is there a next step action that needs to be taken to honor this part of you? And how does that next action feel in your body? Where does it place on the scale of fear? And if you're feeling as though the fear is at a 10 with this next step action that you want to take, or even if it's at a 4 or a 5, we can just bring in some gentle soothing, maybe bringing in some gentle touch into our arms, feeling your fingertips in these spaces. Just taking your hands wherever they want to go, that indicate to your body that you are, in fact, safe. You get to choose to step into this version of you, this powerful version of you that takes action bravely, courageously, but that also tends to her safety. When you're ready, just opening your eyes. And you can journal on this in an even deeper way. You can write this, you can script it, write down the perfect day in this life of this version that you are becoming. Practice tuning into the vision, how this feels in your body. And if you want to go deeper into this work, I am running a beautiful retreat called the Expansion Retreat. in Greece in October. This is for the unapologetic woman, the woman who wants to develop that relationship with fear, the body, where they're being guided, stepping into that bigger, expansive vision unapologetically. We have an early bird pricing that is ending in just the next few days. If you are wanting to join the retreat, just head to my Instagram at the Spiritual Psychologist, drop me a message with the word expand, and we will connect. I look forward to the next episode. Luna looks forward to it too. I will see you once again next week.